country, Bangladesh. Bangladesh is a developing country that is densely populated and has poor waste management. Going to this country, one can look out and see miles and miles of nothing but landfills. Only a portion of Bangladesh's waste comes from their citizens alone. Little do people know, there is something called the waste trade, and it is burdening developing countries with an unbearable amount of waste products. The global waste trade is the international trade of waste between countries for further treatment or disposal. Developed countries in the waste trade need to stop sending their waste to developing countries and take care of their own instead. Developed countries have strict waste product procedures to follow before destroying their waste. According to Alexandria Ma, many developed countries try to find ways to avoid these regulations. Most developing countries lack the strict environmental regulations that developed countries have. This makes poor nations the desired place for developed nations to dump their trash. Here are some examples of what citizens go through in these countries. In the Philippines, waste is so bad that in some small villages, villagers will dig through the trash to find things that they can use or sell to feed their families. In this picture, it shows a Philippine villager foraging through the trash for items to use. In Kenya, they are starting an e-waste program to try to gain some control over the large amount of imported e-waste that has entered their country. According to the top 20 countries that are used as dumping grounds, Bangladesh children are exposed to toxins and carcinogens due to the waste. This results in 15% of Bangladesh children dying every year. Since wicked countries become so greedy that they don't take into consideration the life of the already deprived children. This picture shows several young children surrounded by the harmful waste products. Developed countries send their waste to these developing countries because it is cheaper to send trash off rather than to destroy it themselves. Data from the global plastic waste trade shows that the top 4 countries leading the waste trade are the United States, Japan, Germany, and the United Kingdom. The majority of plastic waste now goes to Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, Vietnam, and mainland China. China has banned the importation of waste products into their country due to the overwhelming amount that they have in landfills. China is a densely populated country that doesn't have the space to store other countries' waste and take care of it. Overall, waste is becoming a huge issue for many countries, but there are ways to help. The majority of waste is plastic waste. To help reduce the amount of plastic waste, one can simply eliminate the use of plastic straws. When grocery shopping, use reusable bags. Finding reusable items such as bags, bottles, and straws can all reduce plastic waste. Another way to reduce plastic waste is to recycle. Recycling plastics instead of throwing them away will prevent them from polluting other areas. Reusing and recycling can also do more than just reducing plastic waste. It can also reduce air pollution from the extraction of materials to create these products. Reusing and recycling can help everyone, not only those in developing countries being impacted by the waste trade. It will take a lot of effort, but if every person decides to recycle a bottle or reuse a bag, then that will bring us one step closer to conquering waste pollution. In conclusion, I encourage you to ponder the effects of the waste trade and the things we do to fuel it. We cannot allow our waste to be the cause of 15% of children's death in Bangladesh, and we cannot allow our trash to burden another country when they have bigger problems to take care of. I encourage you to make a difference, to be the change. Obtain reusable items, recycle your plastic products, or just avoid them altogether. Ask yourself, is recycling beneficial when it comes to preventing waste?